Hey, what's up, guys? Here today we got a pretty awesome restoration project for you. This is a draw knife. This was made by the Sater Banko axe company, and it was a gift from my dad for this Christmas. So it's been a couple weeks. I've been trying to get around to restoring it. You know, I love doing restoration projects, but I just haven't had the time. I'm not exactly sure how old this thing is, but it's definitely not young. As you can see, it's rusted up. The edge is actually in decent shape. Most of these old tools you find like this, the edges are completely destroyed and need hours of work just to get them back into usable condition. Here you can see the stamp, made in Sweden. It's very faint, but it's there. So I was definitely excited. So here I am, just using my this is a brass wire wheel on a bench grinder. This is an essential tool if you're going to be doing restoration projects. Just look how it eats away at that rust, and the brass is soft enough that it doesn't really affect the patina, so you're left with that real heavy black patina. It doesn't remove it, so it's very nice. So you see here, look at that stamp is actually still very crisp. That's very exciting to see when you're doing a restoration project and you can see something like that. So this is that heavy black patina I was talking about that's left behind. You can still see sort of that faint orange from the rust. It's very deep in the pits in the metal. So what I'm going to do is going to use my buffing wheel here, and this is some cleaning compound. This is not polishing compound. This is a coarser cleaning compound. And yeah, I'm hoping to remove that orange. You can see it here again in this clip, that orangey rust. This buffing wheel is also a fantastic tool. Yeah, you can see that orange cast has gone out of it, and you've just got that deep black steel. You can see some of those grind marks along the bevel. It looks like someone tried to grind the bevel on it. These handles here, I battled with whether I was going to remove them and put on new handles, or try to restore these. I ended up choosing the restoration project. You can see these are kind of rough, but they're very old. But they're also very stable. There was no wiggle whatsoever in their mounting on the blade, so I opted to keep them since they were old, and obviously they hold a lot of heritage, and I like to preserve that as much as I can. I'm just using just a small 4-in-hand file here, just a wood rasp. So I'm removing a lot of the wood, especially on the outer part, was really what you'd say punky, so it was sort of rotten and damp, so it really removed. Here I'm using some 100 grit sandpaper and just taking out those coarse grind marks, and this is just some mineral oil that I use. This is what I use on all my handles. It's much cheaper than linseed or boiled linseed oil, and you can see it just, the handles really wanted to take in that oil. It just soaked in and leaves a beautiful finish.
Well, you couldn't make a decision, so I made it myself. You gonna get rid of me now, like you did, huh? I didn't get rid of her.
You can hear me. I have something playing, some Netflix playing on the laptop in the background. And you can see this handle here really turned out interesting. It's almost looks like an exotic wood of some sort. I don't know if it's just a lot of spalting in the wood or what, but you can see it's very interesting. It looks very pretty. Another shot here. Very interesting for sure. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Not sure why it's like that, but it's very heavy. So it's time to clean up that bevel. This is usually one of my favorite parts of the project. I started off with a rasp or a file, bastard file, as you see there. Here's the 100 grit sandpaper. So I'm just removing the bevels established with the file, and then the sandpaper I use to remove the file marks, and then I eventually work up to higher and higher grits. Here's a piece of slate. This is my axe file, or my axe stone. Got some WD-40, some oil there that I use just to lubricate the stone. This is stone actually that Ray Bartlett milled for me and gifted me, so it's beautiful. I love it. But here's the finished project, guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. You can see how beautiful that bevel looks. It took it right down to mirror polish. I just absolutely love it. This is a gorgeous heirloom tool, something I'll never get rid of, especially since it was a gift from my dad. I just love it. That Banko, made in Sweden. You can search up that company if you'd like. There's a few bits of information floating around on it, but they're famous for their axes. I know that. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more restorations. I'm always doing restoration projects. Hit the like button down below. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.